Hi, it's Wednesday. Welcome back to Game On. We've got a review of Batman coming up, but it comes with it's a sad day. The passing of Nintendo's CEO, a man who's done so much for the industry. So we're going to take a quick 5 seconds, moments of silence to remember the great man.
Hello and welcome back to Game On. We are here with Jay and our guest star Duke, who has beat me to playing Batman. So we invited him in to get him to tell us all about it. As you can see here, we have some beautiful visuals, but whenever you're ready, Duke, let us know. How amazing is Arkham Knight?
Okay, well, first of all, just to set the record straight, I am a comic book nerd, and the chance to be Batman, as the advert says, I was sold anyway. But the game itself, I am Batman. You see, I've come all in black today because I am Batman. I came via rooftop. Seriously, the game is incredible. It embodies what it means to be Batman, and you're standing on rooftops and you're zooming in and you're scoping across the city tops. And
lovely. So it's holding on to the traditions of Batman. It's not
absolutely,
but just doing it 10 times better.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So you're recreating those iconic shots from the Dark Knight, from all those comics that you've read. So there's the standing on the gargoyles and whatever. It's amazing. The game is incredibly atmospheric, and obviously with the next gen system, the benefits of what that can provide, it's
a nice show off for it.
Yeah, absolutely.
So I haven't played it at all. So you
for shame. Sorry. Okay, yeah.
Batman, don't scare me. But no. So to start with, how are we introduced into the game?
Okay, so
is there a little cutscene?
So we're introduced to the game. I'm not going to give away any spoilers at all because I have very much enjoyed the game spoiler free, but you're thrown into a cutscene which very much sets the tone for the game, sets the tone for the story, and well, as you know, I'm old, so I'm always still amazed at the fact that your cutscene to real gameplay is absolutely seamless.
Beautiful.
It's not like you know what I'm saying.
Itching.
Get in there. But yeah, once it's established the tone of the story and where it's going, it throws you straight in. And if there could be a criticism, if you're not used to the game, if you haven't played the previous games, it gives very, very little in the way of instructional guides.
Right, okay.
Press this, do this, and so on and so forth. So
speaking of that, actually, how is I know we've said that it's similar to before, but is the combat system exactly the same, but just as good?
The combat system is the same, but better. So it's been refined. There's little touches in there. You can interact with the environments. So, for instance, if you're standing next to an electrical box, at the time you're fighting, you can press a button. Slam some dude's head into the wall. Some people feel that's un-Batman-like. I say read some comics. Batman's a pretty brutal guy. Yeah, he's a pretty brutal guy. He's not killing people, but he's brutal.
Doesn't mean he's not breaking bones.
Breaking bones, skulls. Yeah, absolutely. There's going to be problems for these dudes going forward.
Okay, so going back with combat now, do you still have, and we'll get back to the proper game story, but do you still have your little mini games that you can go and do? Are they still there in full force?
Yeah, there's challenges that spring up all throughout the city.
Bringing some good characters in.
Bringing some amazing characters in. If you're a fan of the comics, fan of the lore, then you are in for a treat. There are all of your favourite characters, but done really, really well.
Wow, very nice.
Really, really quality voice acting and so on and so forth. I'm terrible with names. I know that Kevin Conroy, the Batman, is of course providing the Batman voice.
So the voice still sounds great.
Oh, it sounds amazing. But the big bad in the game is played by a dude. I don't know if anybody wants to help me out. Is it? I believe it's a dude from Breaking Bad. I have never seen an episode of Breaking Bad. Sue me. I've never seen an episode.
Get him out.
Get him out.
Yeah, please.
But yeah.
Who is it? Jesse?
No, it's
Walter White?
Walter. Yeah.
Walter.
It's
Bryan
not.
Cranston.
No, it's
It's
Mike.
not Bryan Cranston. It's
It's Mike.
it's. You can keep throwing names, but I know it's
Hank.
not Bryan Cranston. It's James. It's James. If there's a character, but yes, it adds weight and gravitas to the characters and whatever. It's incredibly absorbing.
So have you fully completed the game? We won't go into spoilers, but just checking, have you?
No, but I am very, very, very far into the game.
Okay.
I'm doing everything within my power to hold off so that I can still keep playing it. Surely there's a side mission I can do here.
Just bone that a little bit
you know what I'm
more.
saying?
Litter picking.
Litter picking, innit?
But have you had your encounters with our top bad guy, a big boss man?
Oh my word. So, it's hard to tell you about any of the boss encounters without providing spoilers.
Okay.
What I can tell you is yes, you
Yes,
will.
you have.
There are interactions that you have.
Okay. Are they gruesome as ever? Very intense.
Very intense.
Yeah.
Very intense indeed. And it's done in such a way. A friend of mine, Stu from Def Goldblum, is also a Batman fan.
Good on you, Steve.
Good on you, Stu. What up, Def Goldblum? And I spoke to Stu, and I said that as a fan, if this was a graphic novel, I would be picking it up tomorrow. It is incredible.
Brilliant.
Storytelling is very, very good.
So as a minor Batman fan, as a major Batman fan, how do you feel characters, everyone is represented? Do they look authentic to you? Does everything feel believable?
Well, there's certainly been some changes, some upgrades from the previous games, City and Asylum, as well as obviously the characters themselves getting older, the models themselves, if that's what you call them. I'm not the most technical of dudes, but the models themselves look absolutely stunning. Here you can see Poison Ivy.
Oh, hey.
Which to me, without telling you that was Poison Ivy, if I said turn around and look at the screen, you'd go, damn, that's Poison Ivy, look at that, there she is. But yeah, the characters, the way they move.
Do you feel there's enough characters in there? Would you like to see some more?
You know what? In the run-up to the game coming out and being a hype boy as I am and just reading all about it, I did feel that maybe there's too many characters in the game.
Okay.
And you start to think,
Bit
well,
of jumbo.
yeah, are they just throwing it in for throwing it in sake? But the story is so tight. It's incredible. And the bits that are there as extras, they feel like Batman extras. It feels like you are acting out your perfect graphic novel.
Yeah.
That's what it is. And so the side quests are these minor missions that you might have in a comic, but still it's that driving narrative that's keeping you going through.
Oh, it is sounding like a tasty game indeed. So
Indeed.
Back to the visuals of it. Now, first of all, with the overall world, is it on a much bigger scope? Is it bigger, more open?
It's huge. It's huge.
Okay.
They talk a lot. I say they as in the gaming experts, and I am not one of those guys. But they talk about the size and scope of games, and it's 5 times bigger than this. It feels big when
And that's what's most important.
Yeah.
It feels bigger.
Yeah, and it's done in such a way that you can experience it. I'm sure we'll get to it in greater detail. You can experience it on the roads in the Batmobile, or you can experience it flying through gliding through the air using your cape. And when you're doing that, you get a very, very different view of the city and the view of the inhabitants and whatever.
And is it looking as pretty and bleak as ever?
It's incredible. There's rain effects throughout, which I'm sure the gaming geeks watching this will be like, tell me about the rain. And it looks like real rain. Yes, it does actually look like real rain. It is real. You're real rain. Look outside. Yes,
real friend.
It's very, very real. If you can see there, the direction that it's changing when you're flying with using your cape, and the water's actually running off your cape.
I love that
It's
about the games
sensational.
from before, just how how real the whole bodysuit looks when you see all the effects happening to you. It does get torn up a little bit. Or
Absolutely, as the story progresses.
Yeah. Love that. I'm glad to hear that's still there.
Yeah.
And going back, ding, 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 ding. You mentioned the Batmobile.
Uh-oh.
Whoa. First off, how pretty is she?
The Batmobile is the Batmobile. It's been a long time since the since Adam West's Batmobile, classic Batmobile, and times have moved on, and Batman has moved on from Chris Nolan's Dark Knight and the Tumbler and whatever, and it's a very Tumblr-esque Batmobile, very very functional,
nice,
and it's something that you need. I've read a few reviews talking about it feels very un-Batman-like, and that he's doing this and doing that and blowing up stuff, because you are blowing stuff up.
Right, okay, so okay.
Yeah, it's explained away in the game that these things are full of, that these tanks are drones, so you're not actually killing anybody, because as you know, Batman doesn't kill. Check. And should you accidentally run down a rioter at 240 miles an hour, he will only be electrocuted, which makes a lot of sense.
Oh, that's nice to know.
To a comic book guy. Yeah, run over and electrocuted, but he doesn't kill.
That's saying.
But visually, yes, everything looks solid, it looks tangible, and I think it's that good that a lot of the stuff you will take for granted, because it is just there building the world and building the atmosphere for you, and it's only probably later on in the game you look closely and think, oh wow, look at that. Or,
have you done a replay and seen anything that you haven't noticed?
It's literally, as you go through the game, first of all you're marveling at the Batmobile and whatever, and then you're driving it for a while, and then you're like, hey, the Batmobile got dirty. Who did that? Yeah, and then you realise, oh yeah, I was driving through some mud and so on and so forth, and of course it's dirty. So yeah, it's absolutely stunning, visually stunning, very very solid world. Drags you in with the visuals. You're about to be blown up.
Sounds like a very replayable game. That's good.
As much as I'm holding off from finishing it, I can't wait to load it up and play it again.
Fantastic. Okay, so before we mentioned Batman's voice, how beautiful it is, and I've just heard the little Batmobile kitty purr. How is the musical accompaniment for the game?
Once again, it's obviously building on what it's built on before, but
it's never been a massive.
Yeah, but I think that there are it's obviously taken hints from the work of Hans Zimmer in the Nolan trilogy. It's a very very subtle and stirring score. Okay. The mood, it's carrying it all along. It all fits. When it all kicks off, when there's a fight and what have you, then
that's when things kick in.
Yeah, it's very very good, very very good indeed, sound wise. As you can see here, we're blowing stuff up. Sound of the missiles is amazing. Can the sound of missiles be amazing? Do I sound a little like
yeah? Speaking of which, how's it going?
It's great. Like I said, I've put a few hours into it myself, nowhere near as geeky as Duke is about the whole thing, but it's
Robin. Robin here.
Thanks, sidekick, thanks. But no, it is great. It is great. I've got a few criticisms of it, but very minor things. I mean, it's stunning. You're looking at me like you're going to hurt me now. No, but it is great. It is great. I'll come back to a few criticisms that I've got when you're getting this to the point where you.
Fair enough.
Because I don't want to.
You're scaring him, stop it.
Yeah, as soon as he's out my eye line, we'll talk about it.
Murder me!
You're going to upgrade first.
Right, what am I doing? But yeah, this is short answer. Loving it. Absolutely loving it.
Good to hear.
Batman, I'm seeing transports deploying more tanks at Panassa Studios.
And who's this? Really
Indeed, audio. So yes, we were talking about audio, and that was a nice cue. Thank you very much, Oracle. The game being as big as it is, there are different clues that you will use, being the world's greatest detective. There are clues you will use to find crimes and find situations happening around Gotham City. And one of those cues, or not one of those, a few of those cues are done with the use of audio. I'm sure, minor spoiler, there is a series of murders going on in Gotham City.
Okay, that's okay.
This is a side quest. And
similar to before.
Similar to before, yeah. And these side quests, the only way you can really find them is by making your way around Gotham City, and as you do or get close, you will hear a certain type of music. I won't give it a complete spoiler away, but you will hear that audio cue that kind of tells you that you are close. And as you get closer and closer to it, that audio cue will build and build and build. Yeah, hot,
murder.
Yeah.
Which is what I do. I'm the least copies of Batman, so anyway.
Yes. But yeah,
Robin.
audio plays a massive part. The Batmobile, we've talked a little bit about that. You said the kiddie purr. It growls as it should. It's got an afterburner on it, which you control, which works a little like a boost on a Burnout game. But when you kick it in, it kicks in. You're feeling like Batman, sitting in your pajamas at home, aged 40 plus. Yeah.
Sorry. Okay, so looking at Badass Batman, I want to ask you about how detailed the upgrade system is this time round.
Okay, so the upgrade system, I got plenty to give.
Oh, okay. Bring it on.
Upgrade system, when I first went into it, I was pretty much overwhelmed.
Oh, really?
The OCD in me came out because I don't want to do it wrong. You've got a wealth of upgrades. You can upgrade the Batmobile's weaponry, you can upgrade the Batmobile itself, you can upgrade your suit, you can upgrade your combat, you can upgrade your gadgets.
I'm intimidated.
And I will not lie, I googled it and asked Google, what are you saying? And Google went, what? And I said, Google, what do I upgrade first? And pretty much nobody is just upgrade your stuff when you got it. You just have to dive in and start building up stuff. If without spoiling anything, I would recommend, if people are going to play the game and jump into the upgrades first, I would say upgrade your Batmobile's weaponry and the armor first.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, because the drones start to get a little bit tiresome, but if you can get rid of them quicker, then that's what I'd recommend as well.
Yeah.
Okay. And also as well.
Sorry, were you looking at that then? Sorry, that's the upgrade system.
Oh, have you got it?
Yeah.
Oh, nice, Amy. So Batmobile first, folks.
So there's
as our little hint.
But there's more in, like, when you go into it, it's the usual sort of
it's quite wet.
hexagonal thingy.
Yeah.
With it as well, actually, is there any multiplayer option?
As far as I can see, no, there's no multiplayer option. In fact, I'd go as far as to go out on a limb, make myself look really ridiculous and stupid, and say there is no multiplayer. So
Batman first.
So there's no multiplayer, and I think they've made the right choice. I think they've just honed.
See, not a lot of people are fans of this, but I'm with you.
And the single player game. I'm old school. If I wanted to play games with people, I go outside and play.
Thank you. Oh my gosh, yeah.
I bought my PS4. I got one controller. One. Yes? You want something? Go home.
It's for me.
Yeah.
I'm a hero.
Yes.
I'm Batman, not you.
Thank you. How many Bat people can there be? But yes, single player story, and as I said earlier, it's really driven by the story. I don't miss multiplayer. The few games I do play multiplayer, there's always somebody bigger and badder that will kick my ass.
So I go
and when I say bigger and badder, they're usually 9 and just more adept at the game than I. So I stay out of it.
What about DLC? Have you played any of that yet?
No, I am very, very tempted. The season pass is, I believe, over in the UK is $32.99. Which is quite steep,
quite pricey.
But apparently they are releasing new content. It's guaranteed for the next 6 months.
Decent amount.
Yeah, I don't know about you guys. Will you be playing the same game in 6 months? I
bought the game once. I don't know again, unless I still want to play more when I finish it. But I ain't never finished it just because I don't finish anything.
But yeah, I may look at it. There's the Batgirl story, which looks pretty interesting and has reviewed.
What?
It has reviewed quite well, but the Harley Quinn DLC, I've not looked at that.
Okay.
However, looking at the reviews that have come out of it, it's pretty much just a tack on and not really worth its time.
Right,
but
fair enough.
I've not played that yet.
Speaking of not worth the time, actually, is there anything you dislike with the game?
Not dislike, but I'm gonna say it. On launch, I know that there were problems with the PC version. Not a problem for me. I'm a PS4 dude, so I'm sitting at home giggling. However, what I have found is there've been a couple of times when it's just glitched out, sent me back to the PS4 front screen. And then later on in the game, it bugged out completely, and my Batmobile was just free falling for many hours until I could start the game. Yeah, but that's because you're a bad Batman. But yeah. But I'm a forgiving sort. I know there are people that I want my perfect game day one. I'm a forgiving sort. If those are my only two criticisms.
That's it. Okay.
And maybe not as absolutely huge as I thought it would be.
How have you found it with, because people are going to hate me for saying this, but with the previous games I've loved them all. However, just sometimes I've just thought possibly a little bit repetitive. Have you had that feeling? Have you ever had that feeling? Or did you want anything newer from the game?
No.
You like the formula, you wanted to stick.
I think the gameplay is varied enough.
Yeah.
In terms of your detective mode, fighting, just traversing areas and finding out where you need to go and so on and so forth. I think there's enough there. At this point, I've had the game for just over 2 weeks, 3 weeks, and I'm still enjoying it. I'm sitting here watching Jay playing it, and I'm hoping that he speaks to Jay so I can.
God. Come on back then, Robin. What are you going to say?
I don't like this sidekick business at all, but I'm going to follow on because I'm a professional. Criticisms of the game. This might be criticism of the game, might be criticism of how awful I am at the game. But Batman's supposed to be like this big fluid, and this is the same in all the Batman games that I've played. For example, there's some bollards. Okay, this is Batman who can leap from building to building. Okay, let's run at some bollards. Can't get past the bollards.
Is this not because you're a bad Batman?
It is because I'm a bad Batman. And
Can you get over the bollards?
I can get over the bollards.
To go around it, but look, it's just that, and also, I don't like the what would you call it, the compass thing, where you go about, because it's the city's as vertical as it is horizontal, if that makes sense. You'll be pointed towards a building, and it will tell you that you've got to go there. So you go there, but you don't know if you're supposed to go through the front door or through a window halfway up. And I find myself going around buildings like the world's worst hang glider, just going round and round and round. So yeah, that's a bit irritating. And the drones get a bit repetitive after a while, but it's still satisfying to bring them down, but they do get a little bit repetitive. And there was something else as well that really peeved me off, and I can't remember what it is now. I think going on what Duke was saying as well about the upgrade system, it is a little bit daunting. I'm one of them guys where you get given like a brilliant weapon and I'll still have it after I've completed it because I don't want to use it because I might need it at some point. It's that same sort of feeling with Batman where you think, well, I should upgrade this. Like normally with upgrades, I would go for my own personal health first because then you last a bit longer and you can do all manner of other things. But
good choice.
Yeah, but for this, it's soon clear that being able to get rid of the drones in the Batmobile makes things a lot slicker to get around the city and that sort of thing. There was another point that really peed me off. I can't remember what it is now. Oh yeah, I didn't like the detective mode at all.
You don't like it?
No, I like the way that you can see what enemies are down there and stuff like that. But when it gets to the points where you've got to actually investigate a crime, without any spoilers, but going back where that person is in that car quite near the start, and you have to work out whether that person was in the car or not.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Okay.
And that was just wandering around, just looking at things and scanning things. But the thing is, it doesn't, like, you'd expect it to sort of, if you're looking at someone's leg and it's like the foot that you've got to be looking at, you'd imagine that it would snap to that and say, oh, you're in the right area or whatever. It's like, no, there's nothing here. So you think, all right, I'll look at her head or her arms and that sort of thing. This probably makes no sense still to someone who hasn't played it, but yeah, there's a few bits like that irritate me.
I think from my point of view, that to me is the essence of being Batman. So for instance, you mentioned the map icon will say here's where you should go, but it doesn't absolutely spoon feed you and take you through the door and say kick this person's booty first. No, what it does is it takes you to the general location, and then what it wants you to do is use a range of skills to find out whereabouts I should be going. Should I be going through that window? And indeed you have the choice of how I'm going to approach a certain thing. So do I go through a window? Do I go through that vent and
You're a detective.
I'm a detective. I am Batman. See, you are not Batman. You're Robin. And this is why we bicker in the Batmobile.
Humanoid detective destroyed.
Batman!
Back to Batman. So, final wrap up.
Final wrap
Of the game.
Okay.
Are we recommending it? We're telling everyone to go and buy it.
I would highly recommend this game for fans of comic books and non-comic book fans alike. If you enjoy,
Gather them all in.
word up, if you enjoy playing games, you want an open world game that's a lot of fun, that'll absorb you, that has a lot of variety in there. I'll agree with Jay in all seriousness. You will have maybe some bits that might get a bit repetitive in terms of the drone fights with the Batmobile stroke tank, but that aside, I would highly recommend this game.
So it's a Pied Piper of games.
Pied Piper of games.
Bring them all.
Yes.
Get them all in. And for you?
Busy. No,
Let Batman live. Come on.
there you go, Batman.
Thank you.
I've got a bit of a disclaimer to make because this is my full first next gen experience.
Okay.
I bought a PS4 not necessarily for this game, but this was the first game that I booted up in my PS4, so I'm naturally, visually and audibly just blown away. Just completely. I mean, the way it looks is just absolutely stunning, but I don't know how much of that is credit to the game or how much of it is because I'm used to playing on a Wii U. No offence, Wii U owner. What was the question?
Well, it was just a wrap up basically. Have you enjoyed it?
yeah, I am enjoying it.
Would you buy it?
I did buy it.
Oh, you did
I can't see. It's one of them games where I probably can't see me completing it to 100%.
Really?
I'll probably do that because
Oh, to 100. Okay, so story's going to
the Riddler trophies and things like that, they just get a little bit boring. And it's another one of them things where I've got a problem with Batman's a superhero, and when there's a Riddler trophy and it's behind some perspex and you've got to do a lap of the city to find the buttons that unpress it and stuff, or just smash the perspex or use that explosive spray.
He's a detective.
I know he is, but he's also got some cool toys, so he should use them. Detectives are all well and good, but if you've got a gun or whatever it's got, spray foam that explodes, spray everywhere, just blow everything up. Who cares? Everyone's no, actually I shouldn't say that. Spoil it, but yeah.
Well, thanks for that, Robin.
But would I recommend it? Yes, I would.
Good.
I'm enjoying it. Yes, very much so. Yes.
Yes.
It's a
so
solid
all around,
game.
yes.
Solid game. Solid game.
Fantastic. Now pass that over. Not to me. I'll show you that. I don't play on console at all. PlayStation at all.
Sorry.
You don't play on PlayStation at all?
No, I don't have one.
I'm just still getting used to the hieroglyphs and stuff for the buttons. It's just press X. What? X is where A should be. It's all wrong.
That was lucky.
Yeah. Allow me to see.
Yeah, you can see that. Wait, should we try again?
I'm impressed. I'm very impressed.
Jump.
See, don't you feel like Batman already?
Well, thank you all for watching. Thank you to the magical Duke and wonderful Jay for helping us out with this. I hope you enjoyed. If so, remember to subscribe below and check in next week for our next review. Bye.
Humanoid detective destroyed.